God, I know I haven't been to church in a while. Please don't let me vomit. I'm extremely nervous. Here I go.
This is the round table we're going to do.
Oh, it is.
You got the.
He is pointing the finger at you. Yeah.
Yep.
And tell her to tell him that.
What's the time?
Everybody being friendly to you today?
Yes, very much. Oh my God.
Whoa, careful.
Who are we chatting with?
Oh no, it's just for a podcast.
Oh, great.
Not eye-chatting yet.
Yeah. You got to be careful what you do around here.
I know.
Don't worry, it won't bother you.
Yeah, I forgot to bring my, I have the same computer, but I don't know how to do that. I'm impressed with his ability. He's got the glasses, let's see how.
So it's nice to be able to come back to Texas even though it's cold.
Well, I live in Texas.
Well, yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
you were out in LA this weekend.
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that stuff, so.
I've been everywhere. We're doing the whole. Well, we're leaving to Chicago in an hour, so
Oh, jeez.
that's gonna be fun. Cold. It's gonna be really cold there. So, and then we go to Miami. So we're like extreme temperatures. But yeah, the press tour takes us everywhere, which I love. I love going to the cities and visiting and talking about the movie. I think it's a good movie. I'm really proud of it.
So your character's kind of a funny character because this wasn't the one you originally read for or tried
Yeah,
out for, right?
they sent me the script and they wanted me to do the role of Ashley. And when I read the movie, I thought, I really like the ghost. She's like has the most fun. She's the funnest character, and she's the one that's stirring the pot. And she was the one that I was really drawn to more. And so they were happy that I loved the ghost. And I never played a ghost, and I thought, oh, fun because it has no boundaries. You can expect nothing and everything from that role.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like working with Paul Rudd?
Paul Rudd and I have a running joke. It's how is it like not working with Paul Rudd? Because I was the ghost and we never got to talk to each other, even though we were in so many scenes together.
Mm-hmm.
We never talked. He's like, we have to do a movie together. I'm like, we are doing a movie together. He's like, no, where we actually talk. I was like, yeah, that's true.
And Jason Biggs, you get to work with him again, right?
Mhm, yeah.
What's he like to work with?
Jason's crazy. He's actually really hard to work with because he makes you laugh so much. But yeah, we have another movie coming out called Lower Learning about an elementary school that's going to get shut down, and he's the vice principal, and I'm the superintendent trying to shut him down, and we actually become allies and try to save the school. But it's a raunchy, over-the-top slapstick comedy. It's really, really different than Overheard to Body. Overheard to Body, I think, is like a more intellectual, witty, dry, dark sense of humor. It's my pace. I love it. I like it.
Have you been able to see this with an audience?
No, I just saw it in a screening room. Me and Lake and Jason all saw it. Three of us saw it at the same time, and it was a rough cut. I haven't even seen the final movie, so it was a rough cut, and I loved it then. It was. Did you guys all saw the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When we screened it, we were like, "Oh my God, it's so funny." We were telling Jeff Lowe, the director, we're like, "The only thing is, I think the fart is too long," and he was like, "It's the #1 testing part of the movie. Like that's when everybody's laughing," and I'm like, "I can't believe that that's the funniest part." You know, everybody just loves it. I'm like, "Can't you cut that fart down?" He's like, "They don't. The studio doesn't want to. It's so funny."
So your next movie is a comedy, and but you did dramas before.
Yeah.
How different is it to work on these comedies?
Yeah, well, I'm really lucky because Desperate Housewives, I get to do both, you know, and so I get to do all the physical comedy and the silly comedy and the drama on the show. But I don't like one more than the other, and they're both extremely different. When I did Harsh Times with Christian Bale and Freddie Rodriguez, that was a lot of preparation. It was a really intense drama. It was really, really dark. It's hard to watch. Because it's so disturbing, and you know, it's like, wow, it's a dark drama. To The Sentinel, which was more of an action drama, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Working opposite of Kiefer and Michael, you know, two of probably the best actors in you know, many generations. I mean, I loved working with them. So that was like somewhere in the middle to the extreme of, you know, Overheard to Body, it being a comedy. It's just a lot of different colors, and I think as an actor you can expect to play all of those. I don't really have a favorite. I would love to do an action next. I would love to do a nice full-on action.
And you're an internet star too.
Yes.
Got the Funny or Die.
I got the funnyordie.com sex tape. That was fun. The non-sex tape. It was really funny. Will Ferrell's company asked me, we have this funny skit. Would you do it? I said, sure, that'd be fun. And I don't even know. It made legendary status or whatever. I don't know what the status is.
That's
but-
the second highest next to the
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, the landlord.
Landlord.
Yeah, next to the landlord. And we had so much fun doing it. And it's a funny site. I like it. I love the idea, and I think what's so interesting about that and the internet and all of that is, the writer's strike. And that's what this is all about, is the internet. And for people to deny that that's where the future's going is a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, that's where everybody's going to production. I mean, if you just look at websites like Funny or Die, everybody's producing for the internet. So, I hope the strike is solved soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it shut down production for Desperate Housewives, or where
Mhm.
you are? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been 2 months, 2.5 months actually. We've been shut down, so we don't have any scripts, or the last episode aired already, and it doesn't look promising.
Most of the technical people, Dallas has prison break, and they're about 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
So what do you do while do you actually have
I've been
some more time to
home
yourself?
with my husband, being a newlywed, which has
Yeah,
been
that's
great.
nice.
Yeah, I've been being a housewife as opposed to playing a housewife. I love it. I love being home and cooking and just going to basketball games. It's really been my life for the past 2 months.
Now you don't have like fans that give you a hard time like they do with Jessica Simpson here, do you?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Jeez, that's terrible.
Dallas is a pretty tough arena. It's one of the toughest ones in the nation. I think it's the rivalry, obviously, between San Antonio and Dallas. It's so big. But, I went through that with Tony when I started dating him. I was, if he had a bad game, it was my fault. If he had a good game, it wasn't my fault. If he got injured, it was my fault. Everything was my fault. But, you just overcome it and you just stick through it. And that's kind of, those moments just bring you together stronger or break you.
It's true.
Mhm.
And I guess the tabloid attention's kind of got to be like hard to deal with too, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you're just trying to have
Yeah.
a good life, and then it seems
Yeah.
like people just.
It's weird. It's so crazy. So many crazy stories that come out every week, every day, and it's for me. I've only been in the industry 11 years. From when I started to now, the bounty for gossip and the bounty for pictures and the bounty for this garbage has increased greater than ever before, and more than the truth. I get really upset when I watch CNN and the lead story is Britney Spears. I'm like, there's a war going on. There's an election year. There's global warming. I mean, and your lead story is Britney Spears got a latte today. I don't understand it. And news needs to be news. And I feel like that gossip in Hollywood has leaked into mainstream journalism. And it's a shame when people write about all of this crazy stuff. Yeah, it's hard.
Now the Parker name, did you just decide? Because obviously, like adding something to it, was that I don't know. I guess some people take their
Mhm.
husband's name, or was that as far as professionally? Does that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't really, I'm a traditionalist, so I love taking the name of the husband. And Tony didn't care. I was really proud of it, and he said, honey, do whatever you want. I know. The only reason I kept Longoria was because my dad had 4 girls, and so it was the end of the Longorias for us. So I was like, I gotta keep Longoria. But I love it. I'm really honored to take his name. And then we were in the movie theater the other day, and the trailer came on, and it said, starring Eva Longoria Parker, and he's like, babe, look at the name. He was so proud. I'm like, I thought you didn't care. He cared.
Was there any special difficulty in doing effects for this film?
Yeah, we did the wires and the floating and the levitation with wires, and it took all day to do it. It's a painful process in the sense of it's limited movement as an actor. You have limited range. You have to stay in a position because when they digitally erase the wires, you can't. Your hand has to be in the right spot, and it's very technical. But when you see it in the movie, it looks great. It's flawless. So.
Must have been especially hard because you had to be perfectly coiffed and perfectly costumed through the whole movie. I mean,
Yes.
not a hair could be out of place.
Yes, and it was hard to keep white clean. I mean, to wear white throughout a whole movie, every day, all day. I'm like, get this white off of me. Yeah, it was, it was tough. And especially because Kate was like type A and very together and not a hair out of place. She was the Brie-like character, if you will. It was interesting to play that.
Do you find the comedies are more fun to work on, just kind of a lighter set, or?
Yeah, it's pretty light. I mean, especially with this group.
Yeah.
We're a crazy, crazy group of people. So it was, like vacation for me from the show because it was just so loose. And Jeff Lowe, the writer, director, it was nice that he wrote the script and directed it because he was more open to, let's change it. I don't care. Let's, what would you say? And we got to improv and ad lib and change blocking, and he was great. He was really, allowing us to do whatever we felt comfortable with.
Must have been fun working with Stephen Root, too.
Every time I say Stephen Root, nobody knows him as well as, and I loved him. I loved that my scenes were with him and only him. I mean, him and I. He's a great character actor. He's fascinating. Our first scene of the movie is together. It's so fun. When we shot it, it was hard for me to keep my face straight because he was so funny. I was trying to, give him some good acting on my side, but he was so funny. He's just, his subtleties are amazing.
And you're doing a lot of philanthropic work right now, which is great. Do you kind of feel like in your status of where you are, you're in a really good position to help? And
Well, I do find it a responsibility for me to lend my voice to organizations and causes that don't otherwise have a voice. I find it a privilege too to do so. I mean, I get so much more back from charity work than I ever give. So, with Eva's Heroes in San Antonio, which is very, very personal to me and close, to Padres, Contra Cancer in Los Angeles, to Ovarian Cancer Research Fund. I mean, there's so many things that need help. And I think a big misconception about it, though, is that you have to be rich and famous to be a philanthropic person. And you don't. I mean, most of the people that make the world go round in the philanthropic arena are, everyday people. So I encourage everyone to do philanthropic work.
You opened a restaurant, too?
I did, yeah, in LA called Beso, B-E-S-O. It's in Hollywood. The premiere is being held in LA at the restaurant, so I'm excited. It'll be our first big party there.
What's the...
Mexican.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. Yes.
sounds like it. Sometimes.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
Have you been to psychics?
I have been to a psychic, yeah. I've got my cards read, and tea leaf read, and everything. But yeah, I definitely believe in spirits and energy and angels that are, having people who have passed on that are still with us and watching over us, listening to us, guiding us. It's a comforting thought for me. I mean, that we can't be in this world by ourselves. I don't feel.
now you're also helping get the word out for Latino voters. Do you have someone that you're rooting for at this point?
I don't. No, I don't. Not at this point. I will definitely support the Democratic nominee, whoever that may be. Yeah.
Just vote, right?
Just vote.
Gotcha.
Disappointed Bill Richardson got out.
1 minute.
Am I disappointed?
Were you? You said you didn't. Well,
No.
okay.
No, I'm neither here nor there with that. But I do,
I was disappointed.
Oh.
I was-
Any kind of music you've been listening to lately?
Alicia Keys, just her new album. Love her new album.
Yeah. And we're asking people their favorite love songs for Valentine's Day, if you have one.
Oh, mine and Tony's song for our wedding was Book of Love by Peter Gabriel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Gabriel. Guys have?
I always ask tell me something about you that no one else knows. If you
Oh,
want to share that.
oh, this? Yeah, that's my wedding date. It's my wedding date.
Oh, wow.
Tony has it on his ring finger
Okay.
because he has the same thing on his ring finger because it's hard for him to wear rings. because of basketball. He's always taking it on and off and on and off every day. About me, that I'm extremely domestic. I sew, I cook, I clean, and I love doing Tony's laundry. You know, very, very domestic. That's a fun Saturday night. Folding clothes.
Did the tattoo hurt right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm All tattoos hurt. And people go,
I
no.
I got one right here. And it hurts.
They always
Oh,
hurt.
that has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all hurt. Well, thank
I think
you.
they're about to go
much.
stand up.
And Gordon and Rob.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Eva Longoria. Watch Over Her Dead Body opening February 1st. And this is Gordon and the Will.
Thank you.